Hey guys, my name's Isaac. I'm from the HG Coffee School. We do the Breville White Glove service. So the White Glove service is a service on how to get the most out of your Breville Orcale coffee machine. It comes in two models, which is this one here, which is the original, and the Touch as well, which has a full touchscreen display on the front. Now, what I'm going to run through with you guys right now is actually how to get the best out of it when you first open it and get it out of the box. Okay, when you first get it out of the box, you're going to set it up. You're going to put the hopper on the top just here, put coffee inside. You're going to put the water filter in the back, in the tank, and the machine's going to draw water into the boilers, get it all set up. Okay, so once that's all come through, we're going to have basically our standard settings here. Okay, these are our default settings. It's going to come through as a 30 for our grind setting, 93 for our temperature, and 60 degrees for our milk temperature. Now, the very first thing you guys need to understand is that you need to be using fresh coffee to make espresso, okay? So fresh coffee is going to have all those lovely gases and oils, and it's going to give you a crema and really good, nice, clean flavor. Old coffee, anything that doesn't have a roast date on it, you're not sure when it was roasted, it's not going to have the cleanest and easiest flavor to extract and pull through in your cup. The other thing you've got to realize, guys, this is an espresso machine, which means it makes an espresso as a base for your coffee. So you can't treat it like a DeLonghi or a Seiko or some of those home units, okay? So what we're looking for after we've extracted our coffee into our cups is 30 mils of volume, okay? 30 mils of volume for our double handle means 30 mils per cup per side. If you're using the double basket. If you're using the single basket that it comes with the kit as well, which is this small one here, you're only going to get a total of 30 mils, okay? Where using the double, you're going to get a total of 60 or 30 per side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one quick adjustment from my grind to get it close as I can to that 30 mils for our espresso. So at our grind level, what you're going to do, you're going to lock your handle in, you're going to grind up your coffee. Grinder's activating, pulling that coffee through, grinding in here, coming into our handle. After it's ground enough coffee, the sound will change and it's just tamping for a few moments, okay? So this is what gives it, here we go, a nice even tamp. Right, we're going to remove that, have a little look, really nice. What I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to lock this into that group head just here, okay? So locking it in, pulling it to around about that 90-degree mark, okay? I'm going to press the double button, going to grab my cups, I'm going to bring them underneath. So what we're looking for is we're looking for 30 mils per side. So 30 mils per side in these glasses, these are a 90 mil glass. So it's going to be 1/3 of this glass to a half at most. Okay, now if you have a look already, we're already getting more than that 30 mils, okay? So what this is telling me is that my grind setting here is too high, too coarse. Okay, there we go, it's all finished. Here we go. As you can see with these cups here, really full, okay? Now this being a really coarse grind, it's not going to pull all the really lovely flavors out of that coffee, okay? So what's happened is the water's passed through the coffee too quickly to pull all those really great flavors out. So to lower our water volume, slow down the cooking process so we can pull more flavor out, what we're going to do, something very, very simple, is lower our grind, okay? So the lower we go with this grind, so bringing the number down, the less liquid we get in. So if you can look at both of them at the same time, lower grind, lower liquid, more grind, more liquid. So this is our first adjustment you're going to do when you get the coffee machine. That way you can make sure you're getting that perfect espresso. An espresso is 30 mils, guys, okay? So that's what we're aiming for. That's what's going to have the best, smoothest, more balanced flavor. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to adjust my grinder. So the grinder has a dial on the side here. Now the dial coincides with our numbers here. So I'm going to turn the grinder dial towards me and down, right? So that's going to lower our number here. Now I'm going to bring that down to around about 26. Then I'm going to give it another test, see my volume. If the volume is still too high, then I'll bring it down again. So the process is a couple of adjustments to get that right level. Then you're good to go ahead and make your coffee. Okay, so I'm going to grab a couple more glasses. I'm going to then run this again, test it, see how it goes, and if I need to, I'll adjust my grind again. Now, every coffee you use on this machine, guys, your grind will be different. Every coffee. Even if you buy the same coffee from the same supplier, because the way they roast it in most places is fresh on demand each week. Okay, guys? That being the case, because it's a fresh product, it has some variance. Okay? So, when doing your grind, don't always expect it to be exactly perfect. Even when you've got the right settings, over time, coffee ages, you will need to adjust your grinder a little bit. Okay? So, I'm going to grab those cups. I'm going to then run this again with this new time. Okay? For more cups at the top here. Remove that handle. I'm going to bring it over here. I've got my little special knock box just here. Knock out my coffee. All right. Now, I like to clean the inside of the handle. We do this in a cafe. It's called dry wiping. At the end of the day, for your Breville, even a damp paper towel, damp sponge or cloth, as long as all you do is use it for your coffee machine. We don't want to mix any other flavors or anything in there. So I'm going to lock that in again. I'm going to grind up that coffee by activating that switch just here. Here it goes, grinding again, dosing it back into the handles here at the bottom. Excellent. This is the tamping process. Awesome. And as you can see, nice, flat, very, very clean. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to lock that into the group head. Again, that 90 degrees. We'll press the double button. We'll bring our cups down, sit them there. And then we have our look at our volume again. Now, the shape of the stream should have changed a little bit. Okay. It has a little bit smaller, a little bit darker in the beginning in comparison to that first one we've done. But judging from how quickly it's come through, I still need to make another adjustment to my grinder. So I'm actually going to do that straight away. As you can see, it's still filling up those cups quite high. So I'm going to bring that down. I'm actually going to bring that down to around about 20. I know that happens to work quite well for this coffee, but every coffee you use, you will have to find its own range. Okay, so I'm going to put those to the side. One thing you will notice on this one here, that little adjustment, we've actually got more crema this time, right? And slightly less liquid. Okay, so our volume of liquid is dropping. It only dropped a little bit though. So I'm going to go through that process one more time with some new cups, and then we'll see that volume coming through. Get you. Alrighty guys, I've just grabbed some other cups, pull my handle out, all right, knock out my coffee. Now I'm quite gentle with knocking it out. I don't like big loud sounds. It's never pleasant in a cafe either. So I just knock it out quite gentle, nothing too crazy. So putting our handle in, activating our grinder, so grinding that. As you've noticed, and I know it's a little bit difficult to hear as the grinder's going, but I hold on to that handle the entire time I activate that switch. Very important. If you activate the switch and let go, the spring is so strong in there, it'll actually kick your handle out of the machine and it will fall everywhere. Okay? Here we go, all finished. All right, again, nice, clean. Really major benefit for this coffee machine is it's very, very clean. Okay, locking that in, pressing the double button, grabbing my cups, bringing it under here. Now, I made a pretty big adjustment. I made a 6-point adjustment on our grinder, so we should get nice tight streams coming through. Again, much better. Darker color again, which is great. So we're pulling out more of those lovely oils and that lovely gas coming through. It's coming through slower. We're not filling that cup up as quick, which is great. So we're getting pretty close to that perfect adjustment. All right, still running a little bit over in height. Okay, so that volume that we've got there, but let's have a look here. Look how much closer we're getting to that 30 mils, okay? Now, every grinder and every machine will be a little bit different, okay? Just a little bit. Just like when you've got two of the same car, things will be changed a little bit between them. So this particular machine actually likes this coffee at 18, okay? But your machine might like it at 20 or 22, okay? That's not an issue. It doesn't have to be perfect. What we're looking for is to find the right level and the right grind to match your volume for your machine and your coffee, okay? So that last little adjustment is going to bring us in line. But as you can see, guys, the height of the liquid here, which is the first 2 shots here, then we have our second 2. I'll just put them on either side, so that way it helps you actually see that difference. And then these 2 here. Okay, so what happens is these here aren't going to be full flavored. They're going to be lacking a bit of flavor, and you're going to have it with your milk and you go, it's not going to be strong enough. It's not going to have enough coffee. So most people want to increase the amount of water. That's not what we want to do. What we would like to do is decrease the water by fining up our grind, allowing that water to pull those lovely flavors out easier into a nice, compact, intense coffee shot. Then what we do is we're going to mix our milk with our coffee, whatever milk you like, right, in our cup. Now, everyone has different size cups. If your cup is similar size to a standard cafe size cup, one of these shots is more than enough. If you've got something that's more like a mug, you're going to need 2. Bigger cup, more coffee. Otherwise, you're not going to get a nice balance of flavor, okay? So this is the first thing you're going to need to do on your machine, guys, to make sure you're getting it as close as you can to that perfect espresso. Now, the last thing is, at the end of the day, you make it to your flavor. If you like it a little bit lower, a little bit less than 30 mils, you like that flavor, do that. If you like it a little bit above and you like the end flavor, that end result, do that. That is your coffee. It's for you. At the end of the day, this is how we would assess it in a cafe, breaking it down, making sure we've got the right volume, making sure we've got the right grind. Now, part of that is because the machine's programmed for a set amount of seconds. So this is our seconds-based default setting on the machine itself. So we're always going to cook for the right amount of time. What we're doing is we're adjusting our grind to get our good volume. Okay, so that's the first thing you're going to need to do, guys, when you get your machine. I know it's a little bit of a clip, a lot of information in there, but this is the first thing you're going to do to get the best espresso coffee out of this machine. All right, thanks, guys.